Let's determine the convergence or divergence of the given series. Alright, and so our basic strategy is always the same. What are the biggest degree terms in the top and the bottom? Well, the top becomes 5k when I take the square root. The biggest degree in the bottom is the square root of 4k to the fourth. Well, that's 2 root k to the fourth is k squared. Be careful, really, we're multiplying by 2. We're not taking the square root of 4, we're multiplying by 1/2 because that's an exponent, square root is an exponent of 1/2. So that's 5k over 2k squared, which is 5 over 2k. So this should behave like 5 over 2k. That's a p-series with p equal 1. That's 1 over k. 1 over k diverges. So I'd like to be able to say my conclusion is going to be that this diverges. The question is, can I do that with a direct comparison, or do I have to use a limit comparison test instead? And this one will not work quite as nicely as just a comparison, because if I look at these terms, since I've added, I'm trying to compare this to 5k over 2k squared. The problem is that I've added in the denominator. If I add in the denominator, that means that I'm actually decreasing the value. So the terms here are smaller than the terms here. This one goes to infinity. It diverges. If it's less than infinity, I can't say what's happening. I can't immediately say that it's a finite number or an infinite number, because either of them could be less than infinity. So we have to do a little bit more work in this case. A comparison, a direct comparison, doesn't work. So instead we have to use a limit comparison test. And that's okay, it's just a bit more work. So we're still going to use this as our Bn, 5 over 2k. We're going to take the limit as n goes to infinity, or in this case as k goes to infinity, of ak over bk, which is root 25k squared over 4k to the fourth plus 4 plus 7 times the reciprocal of bk, because we're dividing by bk, which will be 2k over 5. And we're really taking the limit as k goes to infinity. And then saying what happens. Well, the numerator here is easy. That's 5k. The denominator is still going to be our 4k to the fourth plus 7. That's 2k, and that's 5. So the 5's will cancel. So this is k squared. The numerator looks like k squared with a 2. If I look at the biggest degree term in the denominator, it's square root of 4k to the fourth, which is 2k squared. Well, remember, we can do this. When we're taking our limit, even if we have a radical, we're still just looking at the largest degree term. And that makes 1. So we can apply our limit comparison test. We can say that this series behaves like this series. Since this is a p-series with p equal to 1, it diverges. So that means that our final answer is diverge.